My name is Ana Romero Lizana, and I am from Guadalajara, Mexico, and I've been living in St. Louis for 40 years.
My name is Julio Segarra Bayon. I was born in Arequipa, Peru, and I've lived in St. Louis for the last 18 years.
My name is Teresa Lanusa. I'm from Managua, Nicaragua, and I've been in St. Louis for 5 years.
Things in St. Louis have changed tremendously. I mean, deep and wide. You know, little by little, it's a transition of new cultures, new people coming into our great St. Louis. I think it has changed in many different ways to be more inclusive.
My family and I found St. Louis to be a very welcoming city at many levels, but we consciously wanted to live in the city boundaries, in an old part of town called the Shaw neighborhood. This sense of community was very clear and very evident. We also like the fact that it's a pretty diverse community.
You know, it's a place where everybody respects everybody and everybody loves each other, and you know, everybody got each other's back.
In my home country, I would mainly see people that speak Spanish, that are from the same place. I didn't really get a lot of interaction with international people. So I get to meet these people from so many different countries, and I really, really like that about St. Louis.
St. Louis does have a vibrant immigrant community. There are pockets of the city where you can find your home, someone from your home.
There is a large community of Mexican people in St. Louis. There's also a large community of Hispanic people. So we have people from Peru, Colombia, Venezuela.
Long gone are the days when you would say that America or the United States was an isolated country, independent on its own. Now the U.S. needs the world and the world needs the U.S. So when you accept and welcome communities from different parts of the world, we're essentially providing some opportunity for those American-born individuals to have a perspective on innovation, to have a perspective on how to engage with a population, let's face it, is becoming more and more diverse.
As a young professional, it's probably one of the best places to be at right now. We have so many startups looking for people. Life is cheap compared to most of the country. It's a really good place to start your career.
This is a great place to raise your children. This is a great place to have a community engagement. It is a good place to have a good home. It has the major things of a large, large city, but it's a small city and it's affordable.
And it's a growing city, so you can feel part of the development of the city and its diversity economically. And St. Louis needs people.
It doesn't matter where you're from, Spanish, American, black, white, you know, it don't matter. The only thing that matters is that all of us, we're in this together.
So for people that come to St. Louis from other countries, one of the things that I would highly, highly recommend is to get involved with the community. Don't fear that you're going to lose your identity, because you will not.
Just as much as you want to keep and celebrate your heritage in your own culture, I think one of the successes that immigrants have is when they also embrace the American culture. And by that I mean really make every effort to learn the language, to make friends and connections of people who are born here in the U.S.
And I went through times of a lot of confusion, because finding a balance between appreciating the American culture and not rejecting my own has been very difficult. But what made it easier was making friends that were American, but they were very receptive of my culture.
I always tell everybody that I have a heart of Mexican, but a brain of an American. And that always helps for other people from other nations say, you know what, you're right. We may learn how to live in this country because our brains do support us to do that, but our hearts still remains in that country. Be yourself. Don't try to be someone else, but do think and respect the others.